And you see someone's been camping out there, an old mattress, and there's all sorts. And good morning, welcome back to a brand new video on this Good Friday, Easter Friday. And yeah, so it's a bit of a miserable day today. It's totally different from yesterday. You can already hear it's kicking off in Blackpool. You've got sirens whipping down the promenade. And yeah, so come and join me on this Easter Friday video. So we're just near a bit of a derelict property, and it's got so many stories to tell. It's been subject to all sorts over the last decade, with so many times police have been out, fire engines, there's been fires started, all sorts. And it's a derelict property just on the promenade, just opposite the Metropole Hotel, and this one is having a brand new lease of life now. And it would see 6 new luxury holiday flats. And it's a Blackpool-based developer, Hamza Anwar, I believe he's called. And you know, he's got a huge portfolio of developments, and he uses all the local contractors in Blackpool, which is great. And he's sort of buying up these derelict properties and transforming them into luxury apartments, or giving them a new lease of life. So there'd be some alterations on the front, and it would include a creation of a 3rd floor front-facing balcony. So that would be amazing, looking over at the sea. And like I said, you know, they are going around these properties in Blackpool, and so, you know, doing them up, which like I said, it is absolutely great. And this one, it used to be holiday flats, I see how I can pronounce it. Brereton Holiday Flats. I've probably got that completely wrong. And it's been closed for 13 years. And you know, you see the unlucky 13. You know, the old Chinese, they think it's a lucky number. But yeah, 13 years it's been closed. And this one has been boarded up since 2017. Like I said, subject to antisocial behaviour, all sorts. It's been you know, a really eyesore and a problem for the local emergency services over the years. So I will put the story, you know, if you want to have a bit more an in-depth read about this in the description. But, you know, let me know what you think in the comments. You know, these old buildings, you know, they're just being sort of left in a really, really poor state. And it's great, you know, how developers are coming in and transforming them for Blackpool. Again, you know, a prime location. You can just whip the camera around to the right. You can just see that's the back of the Metropole. So again, you know, it's a prime location right next to the town centre. So this one used to be a little flat just underneath, and it was boarded up again for many, many years. And looks like this one is getting a huge revamp. You see all the wood what's been ripped out of the old bathroom suite, all sorts. So it looks like this one is getting revamped, and like I said, it's just next to the apartments we're talking about. So this one is like a garage, and it's attached, but it's not attached. I don't know if it's a separate dwelling, but this one was subject to all sorts of people going in and out, and it absolutely stinks in here. And the police are been called so many times in regards to this one. And you see someone's been camping out there, an old mattress, and there's all sorts. So this is just around the rear of the property. You see a lot of the windows have been open. There's been so many people, undesirables, sort of been camping out and going in here. There's all sorts of going on. There's been fire engines, police, so many times. You know, they've found needles, all sorts. It's such a shame. And like I said, this is just the rear of the property. People are fly tipping. You know, the stories, the horror stories just sort of carry on. So it's fantastic that this property is going to be redeveloped, and what a great thing for Blackpool. And that's the former Jobs Centre as well, another former Jobs Centre in Blackpool, and that's been given a new lease of life also. So holiday flats will be coming there, and they did have a bit of a up and down with the old Galleon bar, and looks like all that has been resolved now, because you know their licence goes on till 4 a.m. in the morning, I believe, and you know there's a bit worried if residents or holidaymakers will complain. But yeah, that one has been given a new lease of life also. So just at the little tram station, and you can see the car park is now fully open, and wow, it's just all tarmac with a couple of little trees dotted about, and this would have made a great place, you know, a bit of greenery, like a little park thing, you know, where people can come and you know, eat the lunch, eat the sandwiches. I mean, you can see, like I said, it's just the odd tree dotted about, so there's nothing greenery about this one. And yeah, so it's all opened up now, and you can come in and pay your charges and stay at this one. So let me know in the comments if you would have preferred, you know, it to be a bit of a park, a bit more greenery in Blackpool, or would you prefer, you know, just having a car park and that ability just to be able to park, you know, sort of closer to town? Let me know what you think. So we just hit St John's Square, so what I'm doing now, a bit of a zigzag through the town centre and rejoin the promenade. But yeah, it's quite quiet, but it is very early in the morning still. And I imagine everyone's just sort of waking up and making the plans for the day, what they're going to be doing and where they're going. So there's always something going on in the Winter Gardens. Looks like something going on today, and looks like there's a bit of an Elvis tour. Let's have a quick look at this one. So Elvis World Tour. If you're into your Elvis, I know one of our followers, Mildred, she's into Elvis. And how about this, Mildred? This is just for you, this one. Look at this. Elvis, 17th of May. How about that? So if you're into your Elvis, it's on at the Winter Gardens. We're just arrived near the Blacklock Cinema, and there's work going on with this one. It's a brand new building, more or less. Let's have a walk down, and you can see some of the tiles have sort of come off. Look at that. You can see quite a few of them, you know, for a brand new building. They're sort of come down, or they've become loose, and there's all been cordoned off on this one as they replace them. And you'd have thought, you know, they've been a little bit more secure on a brand new building. So around Blackpool, you haven't got to look far for boarded up places, but it's fantastic how a lot of these now are being turned into either sort of holiday flats or given a new lease of life. I mean, just look at this one, a huge building, and like I said, you know, sort of places like this are being bought up and like I said, given that new lease of life, which is great. So it's going to have a bit of a walk down Albert Road, and along here there's some quite nice little guest houses, and there's some well, I've sadly gone. So there's one there, you can see you've got the some stained glass windows in there, and that one's boarded up, and one next door, the Halifax and the Tower Central Hotel, you see they're all opened up. It's amazing, you know, how one of these can go under and go out of business, and the one next door is thriving, and there's plenty along this little stretch. And you know, another one there. I wonder what that one used to be. You see, he's even got a shutter on the front. I wonder if that was like for deliveries. I wonder what that one was for. You see the shutter there, and the council always do a great job. You can see there, cleaning the streets up. Hats off to them. Yeah, so look at this one. It's got like a little shutter. I wonder if that was like 2 separate hotels back in its day. Yeah, what we'll do, like I said, we'll have a bit of a walk to the end. I see you got sort of plenty around here. I guess it's not sort of great for parking, but it's ideal for town. Look at that. So there is sort of plenty. Like I said, along here, and some of them, you know, look really nice. Look at that one, the Trentham. And then, you know, you go right to the end of this road and it leads you to Coral Island. The famous arcade in Blackpool. So we're just near Central Pier now. They'll just whip onto the beach. And you can see there's a little tractor out there. And he's getting the sand lovely and fluffy for another busy day in Blackpool. There he goes. And that's the little machine they sort of like comb, shall I say, the beach with. Look at that. So he must like flick all the sand up and then put it back down again. So it's the first time I've actually seen it in real life. So there he goes. And you can just see just behind it Funland, and just in between the Pyramid Plaza you can see the police station. So the landscape is certainly going to change within a few months, and they're actually starting that just after the bank holiday in May. The machines are all based in Liverpool on another project at present, but like I said, the first bank holiday in May, that's when the machines, and that's when everything is going to be starting. So as Blackpool prepares for another busy day, and it's Easter Friday. Everyone will be getting ready. Like I said, the businesses will be opening up, people will be making their plans, and let's hope the rain stays off. So I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and the main thing is, you know, have a fantastic Good Friday. Stay safe, look after yourselves. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button, all the rest. And until next time, have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye. So who remembers this one? Just on the General Street, Bank Street. And you can just see the sign there. It just uncovers where I'd imagine it says fish. So let me know, was this an old fish and chip shop back in its day? General Street, Bank Street, right on the corner. Like I said, nowadays you would think, well, you know, there's no way a fish shop would be there. But yeah, it was this, you know, a little fish and chip shop. Back in its day, you know, if you do know, it's fantastic finding out, you know, about local history. Let me know if this was a fish and chip shop.